Scopey, let's just have a quick glance at Sunday. Now, the slow clap is happening for the Tigers on a hat-trick of victories. Can they do it? They present themselves in front of the Melbourne Storm at Amy Park. They've won 9 of the last 10 there, the Melbourne Storm. They're off a loss. As Sean the Trader said, there wouldn't have been any paint off the wall after the game there at Suncorp. He would have been filthy Craig Bellamy. Is there a way, is there a world in which West Tigers can win this?
Yes, there is.
There is?
Yes, there is. I think they've got about 14.5 at the moment.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a really good game. I've found the Raiders against the Storm last week, and I found the Dolphins a couple of weeks before that against the Melbourne Storm. They're nowhere near the team that they were in previous years. There's just something not quite clicking. I don't know what it is yet. I can't quite figure it out. And they're not going to figure it out without Harry Grant too, by the way. I think he's been a huge out. Bronson Garlick's a good player. He's not a 9. I've been sort of, petitioning on radio, on our potty, that get Tyron Wishart in at dummy half. Let's see what Wishy's got at dummy half and just throw something a little different at him. I think he's been getting little spells of 15, 20 minutes in that, sort of utility role. I like the Tigers. I like the Tigers at the price, and I'll have something on the line responsibly. Okay, all right. So just the marketplace. So behind every price, there's a probability factor, if you like. The marketplace has the Melbourne Storm about 34% chance of winning this comp. Is that right? Is it too big? Is it too low? What do you honestly think about the Melbourne Storm? You sound like you're not completely sold right now. Not now. But is 34% chance of winning this comp right or wrong? I think it's wrong by about 10%. I think it should be around about the 25% mark. I think that I'm starting to see better signs. Also, something that I've pushed back against with the Panthers, and I think it's going to be a factor in why they don't make the 8, and whilst also the Melbourne Storm could struggle this year more than others, is because they don't have the red-hot form that they've got going into Origin compared to, the Raiders lost, the Dolphins lost. I think there's another one that's escaping me right now. They're nowhere near as sharp as they have been in the last couple of years. So lose Munster, lose Harry when they get him back, lose Xavier Coates. They're gonna have about 4 or 5 Liero potentially. So there's a number of players, and around that time, if they're not able to secure the all-important top 2 spot. So top 4's, everyone knows that you can't win the comp outside the top 4. Top 2 is really important as well. I think it's a really underrated part that not many people talk about because of the top 4 situation. But particularly for these out of Sydney teams. Like finishing. Like, if you don't finish top 2, you're travelling no matter what, right? So, and the other, conversely, you're hosting someone in Melbourne if you finish top 2, which is just about a win. Yeah, and especially if they're travelling that point of the year, you go down to Melbourne, it's a really tough place to play. So, I like the Tigers. Give me something sneaky on the Tigers at the 14.5. Okay, so Scopey's saying at this juncture, Melbourne Storm are a 1 in 4 chance of winning. So basically shuffle up a pack of cards. If you pick the suit, well, that's the Melbourne Storm winning the comp. There you go. All righty, let's go to the Seagulls taking on the Sharks. 4 Pines Park, Battle of the Beaches. I kind of feel this game, Scope. I feel as though the winner of this game might be that team to try and shake up the top 4 at the end of the year. The loser of this game is back in the bunch and in a bit of trouble. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be my old team, Manly, in a bit of trouble because I remember historically, we had a really good record against Cronulla for a long time. I feel like that's just swayed and gone the other way in recent years, especially since Fitzy's been there. I thought the scoreline didn't reflect how dominant Cronulla were over Manly about 5 weeks ago in Perth. In saying that, there wasn't the one and only Tom Trbojevic playing fullback. So how big of a swing is he going to be for the Manly Seagulls? We'll see. I am a little bit worried, even though it's 4 points, about Cronulla coming in and ambushing us. Okay, that's a big one. Team news-wise, Jason Saab and Jake Trbojevic, by the way, the incumbent New South Wales captain, he is back for the Seagulls. Dan Atkinson's on the bench for the Sharkies. I mentioned Dan Atkinson, the games that he started in the halves, he started 13 times and won 10. So that kid can win. He's heading to the Dragons next year.